to my third Pilates for our parents class. We're going to start this series today lying down on our sides with some stretches and some mobility and then some warm-up work before we finish in standing. So lying on your side, you're going to need a cushion for your head so that your arms are free. And you want to bend your legs up in front of you. Think about a right angle at your hip and a right angle at your knees. Your head rests down onto the cushion and your arms are out in front of you. First thing you can do is take that top arm forwards. Imagine I'm pulling your fingers. And then you're going to run that arm all the way down the bottom arm. Trace that hand across your chest and push the top shoulder back. From there, you're going to take that top arm out straight, so you need a little bit of room behind you. And again, imagining I'm pulling your fingertips, reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling. You're going to close your hands. Slide that hand again all the way down that bottom arm, across your chest, rotate the top hip, the top shoulder open, and then straighten your arm. Imagine I'm pulling your fingers as you circle that arm all the way up and over and close. Keep this moving, keep breathing. Don't worry about sequencing your breath just yet. Just start to open up the chest, find some movement through your whole body. And focus for me on this one, on not moving your hips and your legs. So I want your knees to stay completely on top of one another. Don't let your top hip roll backwards, but instead squeeze your legs together. 2 more here. And last one, squeeze those legs together. Push through that shoulder, extend through your fingertips, and then length through your fingertips as you close your 2 hands. And then we're going to bring that top leg and rest it on the floor in front of us, straightening the bottom leg. It's going to give that hip some stretch, and from here I want you to see if you can lift your bottom leg up towards the ceiling and then lower it down. So we're just going to stretch into the extremes of our hip range and give those muscles a little bit of exercise at the very ends of your range, at the very limits, making sure we can always go there. Now see if you can sync your out breath with me. As the leg comes up, you breathe out. As it comes down, you breathe in. Lift the leg, breathe out. Breathe in, come down. You're trying not to change shape through the rest of your body as you do this. And you want to try and feel that inner thigh on the bottom leg whilst maintaining a stretch in that top hip. Five more like that. Use your out breath to lift, in breath to lower. Last 2. And 1. Now from this position, we're going to get into the top range of our hip external rotation now. So push that foot into the floor and see if you can lift your knee up off the ground and then roll and release it all the way back down. Take that knee open and all the way back down. We're quite likely to lose range of movement in our hip. And so if we don't use it, we might lose it. So this is making you go there, find the limits of your range and keep it there. You might not lift your knee as high as me, but that's okay. Work with the range that you've got. Out breath to lift the leg. In breath, lower the leg. Five more now. Keep that foot glued to the floor. Keep the bottom leg straight, waist lifted. And 1 more. Hand to the floor as you slide that leg back. Now from a straight leg position, I want you to put a small bend in your hips and knees, not huge, feet perhaps just dangling off the back of the mat. Now we're just going to squeeze your heels together. As you squeeze your heels together, your top knee should roll open and both bottoms start to work. And then release the knee closed. You're rolling that hip in the socket and then you're releasing it down. Like you're screwing that thigh bone into the hip socket. The most important thing is that you press your heels together. It's going to get both sides active. This keeps us strong and stable when we're stood on one leg. Again, out breath to open. In breath to close. 2 more. And 1. First challenge from this position. You're going to roll through the hips and lift both feet up off the floor, and then we're going to go again from here. If that feels too much, keep your feet on the ground for your second set. Press your heels together really firmly. Both legs are getting that load. Try to keep your spine as long as you can. So you're working on your posture even when you're lying down. Five more, and then we're going to add in an arm. Try and stay balanced, even though there's not much of you left on the floor. There's that rocker ball underneath your bottom hip. Stay balanced on it. Okay, now we add in the arms. Keep your feet up if you can. Your 2 hands are closed. You're going to breathe out. The top knee and the top hand come up towards the ceiling. You're going to breathe in and they're going to close. Breathe out, take them up. Breathe in, close them down. I want you to imagine pushing the whole weight of the room away from you and then squeezing down like my hand is underneath your hand, giving you some resistance. Press the ceiling away, push down against my hand. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. So getting movement, strength, control, all down through one side. Go. Last 2. And 1. And relax it down. Okay, now we're going to bring that underneath arm underneath your shoulder. You don't need a cushion anymore. So want your elbow underneath your shoulder, so your upper arm is vertical. You're going to have your legs back behind you, so there's that straight line down the whole front side of your body. Your elbow, your hip and your knee should be in one straight line. First thing we're going to do is sink down into the shoulder. Think bad posture, think collapsing into that arm. On your next out breath, push that elbow into the ground, lift up your waist and banana bend that whole side of your body. Breathe in, sink back down towards the floor. So you're trying to get this big curve through your body, this sideways curve, and then come back down. Imagining I'm going to come crawling underneath your waist in this space that you make for us underneath you. So as you lift up, the distance between you and the mat, it grows, and then it comes back down. I want you to keep moving like this, trying to get as much side bend in your frame as you can. I'm going to give you a next challenge. This might already be enough for the shoulder. If you can, follow me with your out breath. Also lift your hips up off the floor, still focusing on that banana bend through your body. Breathe in and come down. Breathe out, pick up, banana bend. Breathe in and come down. Bend through that whole side line. And release, and 3 more. Work into the shoulder, work underneath the arm. Try and keep your legs together. 2. And 1. And relax it down. Okay, first quarter turn onto our tummies now. You might want your cushion again to support your forehead. Look at me at any point, and then when you can, when you've learnt what you're up to, look straight back down. So the first thing that we're going to do is bend our knees and then take our knees open like a frog. I want you to push your heels together. Just squeeze them together. This is going to give you a strength through the pelvis, strength through the lower back. You can feel all those muscles through the back line working. And we're going to breathe out, push our heels together, and then hold that squeeze for 10 seconds. When you've learned what you're doing, remember to look straight down so you've got your form, you've got that length through your posture and your spine. Just hold that squeeze and breathe. and then straighten your legs back down. Second one, exactly the same thing, 10-second hold. So you're going to bend your knees, you're going to take your knees wider than the mat, heels come together, out breath, press those heels together, looking straight down, squeeze your heels and breathe. Squeeze and breathe, nice and strong through your legs, squeeze and breathe. Three, two, one, and relax back down. Now the third one, we're going to bring in the arms. So have your arms down by your side, shoulder blades are going to lift up off the floor, and we're going to beat our arms up and down as we hold our leg press. So set the shoulder blades, keep the hands on the floor, bend your knees, take them open, press your heels firmly together. Look straight down and beat your arms up and down at your side. You don't want to wobble, you don't want to sway, you don't want to shift your movement at all. Keep the focus on pressing your heels together. We're going to do 50 little arm pulses, and then we're going to change our arm position. So you want to think about stillness. Try not to bounce or wobble or change position. Just 10 more here. Keep the heels squeezed. And we're halfway, that's 50. Turn your palms now, so your palms are facing the floor, the back of your arm facing the ceiling. Reset your heel squeeze and beat your arms up and down, like you're banging on 2 drums either side of your body. Feel how it opens up your posture, your chest stretches, you work on strength through your back line, you grow a little bit taller. Beat those arms up and down, try not to wobble or sway, push your heels together really firmly. Last 10. Three, 2, 1, and release. Relax your legs down and your arms down. We're going to push up and lie onto our opposite side now. So you can bend your knees, press up with your hands, and walk to change position. Or you can just roll to face the other side. Again, don't forget to bring your cushion. You're going to need a little bit of space behind you. Your head relaxes down onto those pillows and your arms are out in front of you. You need to have enough of a pillow that your neck stays in a straight line with your body. Too high, it's going to bend up. Too low, it's going to side flex down. Trying to keep your neck in a nice straight line. Legs stacked on top of one another, arms are out in front of you. Reach that top hand first, then run it along the bottom arm, tracing the fingers down the inside of that arm, across your chest, and then out behind you. Try and get that arm as straight out behind you as you can. And then reach through your fingertips. Reach, reach, reach. And when you close your hands, the top arm feels longer than the bottom arm. Run that hand along the bottom arm. Run it across your chest. Open up at your chest. Straighten this arm out behind you. And then reach through your fingertips up to the ceiling. And close your hands. And do this again. Keep breathing, don't worry about sequencing your breath, just make sure that you're breathing into your diaphragm. That means you take nice full breaths, pulling down to the bases of your lungs, changing the shape at your rib cage. 2 more. If any particular part of this movement feels tight, feel free to hang out there, stay there for a little while longer. Let gravity push you down and ease it out. And release. Okay, so now the top leg comes down onto the floor, the bottom leg goes straight, that foot should be in line with your hip. From here, you're going to lift that bottom leg with your out breath. Breathe in, the leg comes down. Breathe out, that leg comes up. Breathe in, the leg comes down. So you're working all the way through that inner thigh, trying not to change shape at your waist. You're lifting that leg up using gravity as your resistance. Just trying to get into that inner thigh. You should feel that automatic tummy come on as you lift your leg up. It's not super strong, just enough to make that deep tummy muscle work. Try and keep your top waist relaxed. and as though I'm watching you from your hip up, and I shouldn't be able to tell that you're lifting your leg at all. 5 more. Last one. And then that top leg stretches down, stacks on the bottom leg. And then we've got a little bend in our hips and a bend in our knees, feet just hanging off the back of the mat. Press your heels together, check that your form, your posture is long. Heels press, top knee rolls open and close. Pushing the heels together, roll that top knee open and close. You're not letting any light pass between your 2 feet. Getting this twist from the top hip, working into your deep glutes. More. Focus on that heel press. Don't let the rest of your body sway. Don't let your top hip roll backwards. Just move from the hip socket. And 1. Now level 2, both feet are going to lift up off of the ground. That top knee is going to open the heels, press, and then you lower it all the way down. Check that you can lift your bottom waist up off the floor, just enough to slide a piece of paper, maybe even your hand underneath your waist. But what you don't want is your waist to collapse into the floor. Just lift your waist up. Again, working on your core strength, just enough. Not working on those big abdominal muscles, but this deep one that looks like a muscular corset when you take all the others away. Keeping your tummy strong and your back supported. 5 more. Heel press, knee roll. Close. Breathe out, heel press, knee opens, close. Breathe out, open, breathe in, close. And then we bring in that top arm if you can for the second set. Heels press, top knee opens, arm opens, and close. Imagine this resistance in both directions. Press up, squeeze down, push up, squeeze down. Try and stay balanced. Try not to wobble or sway. And really push your heels together now for the last 5. Breath out to open. Breath in, close. Breath out, open. Breath in, close. One more. And release it down. Now that bottom elbow slides underneath you and we get a little bit of side bend through your body. So when you lift up and out of that shoulder, you want the top arm to come over and you get this big C curve down through the whole side and then come all the way back down. The elbow should be underneath your shoulder. There should be a straight line pretty much down through your whole body. You collapse down, then as you breathe out, you pick your body up. The top arm touches overhead. Breathe in, come all the way back down through that shoulder. Strong waist, strong through the arm, stretch through the whole side body. Imagining you're trying to create a gap under there for me to crawl underneath you. And then you're sinking down onto me as you come down. Now, if we can, we're going to see if we can lift up that bottom hip now as well. So you're going to press down, drive down, banana shape the body. Bottom hip comes up. Strength down through your whole waist and release back down. And again, bend upwards and release back down to the mat. Try and get that space, as much space between you and the floor as you can, and as much of a C curve through your top line as you can. Out, breath, lift. In, breath, lower. 2 more. Last one. and release it all the way down. Swinging your legs round, we're now going to see if we can make our way up into standing. And then we're going to use all those muscles we've just switched on for a bit of balance work. So making your way up into stand, from all fours, hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. See if you can lift your knees up from the floor here. It's okay to feel a bit stiff, that's exactly what we're working on, into your stiffness. Then you're going to straighten your legs. Straighten your legs, get your heels down, let your arms hang down in front of you. Doesn't matter if you can bend your knees or not. Let your head go. So your head and your arms are hanging down. Then really slowly tuck under your tailbone and restack your body back up into standing, one vertebra at a time. Keeping your chin on your chest, letting that low back straighten up, that mid back, and your head and neck. Coming into your standing workout, so your feet are side by side. And you're going to hold your pelvis in your hands, so hands on your hips, and that's checking that you get this no sideways wobble. You've just been working on strength to get rid of that. You're going to be nice and still and stable. Grow tall through the crown of your head. See if you can pull your tummy button in and up, like you're tucking your tummy button up and in your rib cage. And then bend one knee, that heel comes off the floor, and then you're going to press it back down. Then the opposite side. You're so steady, you're so balanced. You've got that deep core coming on. You're going to fold and press down. Fold and press down. Alternating sides. When you've got the hang of that and you can feel that you can change shape from side to side without moving and skewing your pelvis from side to side, let's come into a leg float. So the next time we're going to lift up our right heel, we're going to see if we can pick up that whole leg and get our balance. That leg's going to come down to the floor, press the heel down, grow tall, grow strong, left heel lifts up, whole leg floats up and down. So you're doing a really exaggerated march on the spot. Imagine you've got a nice drink balanced on your head and you're not going to spill that drink as you change from side to side. When we come back to that right leg raise, we're going to hold it. Hold it here. From the hip now, can you hip twist this leg out to the side? Squeeze it back in. Get all of your balance on that supporting leg. Everything you've done built you up to this point so we can work on your balance and your stability on one leg. Breathe out, hip twist. Breathe in, close. Breathe out, hip twist. Breathe in, close. Now let's see if we can add a leg reach. We hip twist, we reach, bend your leg, squeeze it in. So we're still trying to use every little corner of that hip range. Breathe out, in, out, in. Two more, and then I've got one more challenge for you. We're going to hold it with our leg out straight. Without side bending our body, I just want you to lift that leg 1 inch off the floor. Find that hip range. Get right into the end of your range. Try not to lean, try not to sway. Grow tall. Breathe out. Just float that leg up like it's attached to a string to the ceiling. And I'm picking that leg up for you. Just 3, 2, and 1. Then relax that leg underneath you. Opposite leg hip twist. Fold through the heel. Then the leg floats up. Strong on this supporting leg and hip twist. Ooh, on your out breath. It's totally fine to be a bit wobbly. Breathe out and twist. Breathe in and come back in. Particularly if you're on a soft mat, you might prefer doing it on the floor if you do feel too wobbly. And you need to rely on that opposite side to give you all that strength to keep you balanced here. Breathe out to twist. Breathe in and come back in. One more and we add our reach. Hip twist, reach, up, in, breath out, in, up, in, out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Keep strong on this leg, squeeze the thigh, feel it all up and around your hip. hold it. And you're going to see if you can pick your legs straight up with your out breath. Try not to lean away. This is your last exercise. Work on that balance and control. If you need something to hold on to, just use one finger. Teach this leg to carry all your weight and to give you that stability. Breath out. 3, 2, and 1. Good challenge. Well done, everyone. And I want you to finish today with another roll down for me. So you're going to grow really tall through the crown of your head. Let your head float off of your shoulders. Squeeze your chin to your chest and slide your hands down your thighs. Round your whole body, one vertebra at a time. Letting your head and your arms fall heavy down in front of you. And you can stay here for as long as you want. If you need to, rest your bottom onto a wall so that you don't lose your balance as you come back up. Zip up through the tummy, pull the tummy button in, tuck your tailbone underneath you and curl all the way back up, restacking your vertebra one at a time so that your head and your shoulders squeeze down your back to finish and your chest is open.